Well, hello there, my fine gardening friends. How the devil are you? Welcome back to the greenhouse. So it is a very cloudy. Yesterday was something like 30 degrees actually, and it's been 18 degrees overnight. A very unpleasant night's sleeping. So I thought I'd get up early and do a job that I've been meaning to do for a couple of weeks. And what was that job? Aha, yes. Tomatoes. So I've been travelling the last couple of weeks and I've not been able to look after my tomato seedlings as I should have. And I planted these up quite a few weeks ago now in these pots. And I don't think that because it's my own homegrown soil mix. I think I had a bit too much leaf mould and not enough good compost in there, because these tomatoes and my chilies, this is been my worst year ever for seedlings coming on. They're looking rather sickly. So Mrs. F has been dutifully watering everything while I've been away, but she's not looking at the tomatoes as I would have looked at them and thought, oh, they need a bit of a feed. So they've not come on at all. And if you can see in the difference there between this tomato and exactly the same type of tomato that I just put in a big pot with proper nice compost in there quite a few weeks ago, you can see the difference in the big one has really sort of had something to get hold of and has grown nicely. So I need to get these planted up. I don't really want to plant them outside yet, still maybe a week too early, but inside here I can, and as you can see there in the square, I can plant up my tomatoes because it's still, well, it is very warm and they will like the space, and I've put new compost down there, etc. So that's what I thought I'd do with you this morning. So why don't we transfer to that camera angle and we can get planting. Oh, actually no. First things first. So when I'm going to plant these tomatoes now, so they're at that depth now, as you can see, probably there, the sort of hairy growth there, the new planting position for these tomatoes, I'm going to plant them that deep, because all of this area here can grow roots out of it. So obviously the deeper I plant it, the more roots it can grow, the more water and nutrients it can suck up, the better it's going to be, and also the better anchored it's going to be, although it's not very windy in here. But anyway, there we go. That's how deep I'm going to grow them. See those hairs? There we go. Anyway, let's move to the next position. So obviously there is still a lot of stuff in here, and I did actually have rockets, arugula, loads of it here, and I just pulled it all out because it as soon as it gets hot it goes to seed. So I got rid of that, and I've got kale in here and some lettuce, and I'm going to leave that in there for the moment. And spinach, the spinach is just about to go to seed, but I'll leave it in a little bit longer. It's not really going to affect the tomatoes, and I can still get some nice leaves out of the lettuce, etc., and the kale for the minute. So I have already planted 3 tomatoes along here, as you can see, and you can see that they have strings suspended down to them. Now I am going to use the old Monty method this year of black fly in here, get off. The Monty method of tying in these strings. So I'm not going to actually tie them to the plant. What I'll do is I'll coil it down, I'll dig the hole out, coil it down underneath the root ball, place the tomato on top and cover it all over, and then hopefully as the roots grow it will all tangle it in and anchor it down nicely, and then the tomato can go itself all the way up, and I don't have to tie it in and worry about breaking the stem with the string, etc. But we'll have a look at that a bit closer in a moment. So as I said, let's do this first one. it's about there is where I'm going to plant it to. So that string is around there. Where's my trowel? Be right back. Here we are. Right, so I'm going to dig a hole around here. Nice soil this now, look. Although it's quite dry, so I need to give it some good water soaking. What I was thinking of doing actually was creating some sort of another guttering in that side of the greenhouse and getting it to run down and creating some sort of automatic sprinkling system that will automatically come down and drip feed the water. I'm going to try that over the next couple of weeks, see if I can put it together. And maybe put a tap on it so that, you know, I can stop it if I don't want it to go. So, there we are. Right, so that is going, as you can see, right up to that hairy level. That's right up to those bottom leaves. Give it a good watering. And that will bed itself in now. I've not had to disturb the root ball or anything like that. And that will just wind its way up the strings now. I'm also going to, can't really show you. Aha. So as a rule, I don't let, I like to have this tomato grow straight up. So I want it to go straight up the string. So we have these little suckers that come off in between, you know, your main leaves and the stem. Well, I don't want any of those suckers. They will grow tomatoes, etc. But it gets all a bit busy. And it gets very messy trying to sort of make head nor tail, and it ends up taking away the energy from the plant of growing, you know, up that one area, all its efforts into the one stem and the flowers that come off that stem and the fruit that come off that stem. There is plenty of tomatoes that are going to come off this without me having runners and suckers growing off all over the place. So I want to make sure that no suckers come off this, and it's a nice straight stem all the way up. Other people can do it different ways, that's up to them, but I found that's the best way for me. So I'm going to carry on with the rest of these, and we'll come back and have a last little chat to see what we're going to do. Look, that is already got tomatoes. Now whether that flowers coming off. Now whether that's because the plant's been a bit under stress, and that's what they do when they're under stress, I don't know, but there we go. It's soon about to have a nice big area to root into and lots of good soil for it to get energy from. And I'm actually going to put another couple of inches of compost on top as well, just to give it that extra boost. Right, there we go. I want to carry on planting. So there we go, all done. 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, about 12, 13 different tomatoes. I've got some Peacevine cherry tomatoes, and I can't remember the other ones, but I think they're some sort of beefsteak ones. But there we go. Hopefully they'll grow up and they will taste lovely all the same. Got the runners, the strings for them to sort of climb up, and then as they grow now, I'll be pinching out those side shoots to keep them nice and straight all the way up. What else is there? These will grow, as you can see in the picture, you know, right to the top of the roof, and at some point I will probably lower them down a touch so that the some of the stem actually goes across the ground. So we have like a couple of feet, so it means I end up getting more fruit, but we'll look at that later on when I review them later on in the season. But there we are. That is it. And as we were speaking there, as I was speaking there, it's just been raining, so it's only a shower at the moment, but we're due some heavy rain over the weekend, over the next few days. So not only is that good for my poor parched garden, but obviously, even more importantly, magnificent for the wildfires that we've got raging, you know, just 15 minutes up the road that way and 40 minutes down the road that way, like, you know, thousands of hectares of wood and people's properties gone down. So the gardener is praying for rain. We've had a lot of sunshine. Let's have a lot of rain for a few days. I don't mind. It'll be great for the garden and brilliant for the province. But with that, fingers crossed, another good year of tomatoes. Job's a good one.